Bionanogenomics, technical analysis, fundamental statistics, along with reviewing my current positions and the price targets. Starting off the price action, I want to bring this trend line, this ascending green trend line, to your attention right now. It was first validated all the way back on the 8th in January. It has another validation perfectly on the 5th of March, and another validation if we zoom in here right now today. We did get a very clean bounce today. We got a resistance touch point and rejection at this rectangular level of green support. But now resistance, let's go ahead and turn that to red. Okay, I did not expect we were going to actually confirm the breakdown. Below that level, we did. We are below two key levels of right now resistance. I would love to see BioNano. Now, I know, guys, I set this price target right here. It was wrong. It was a bull pennant. Literally like a couple days after I called it out, after I thought it was validated enough, after it perfectly rejected support, rejected resistance, it just broke down. Just confirmed it breakdown perfectly after we had plenty of clean validations. But of course, this other trend line that we have, it can be wrong, but we have been validating this one for a much longer time period. There are only 3 validations. And remember, there's a fine balance between high level of high number of validations and too many validations, because then obviously the more validations you get, the more likely a support or resistance level is likely to break to the upside or downside, depending on what it is. This level right here, I mean, I don't even want to draw up a price target here. Okay, all right, let's be honest. We're going to draw up a price target just for the fun of it. But guys, I'm not predicting this price target. I'm just giving you if this were to come to fruition, because technically we have been in this pattern. I know it's like, Brandon, how could you not have seen this before? Well, let me tell you why. Firstly, I have not actually brought this pattern to your attention before, because I don't like bringing patterns to your attention that only have 2 validations, because 2 is like 1 and 2. It's like, that's not enough. That's not concrete evidence. I need something more. It was 2 perfect validations before today. Today, like I said, we got the perfect validation off of this green ascending trend line of support. But I'm not calling this, nonetheless. Take that for what it is. Yes, it's a fairly validated level. This price target that I am going to draw up right now, I don't want you to think I'm calling this. I'm just giving you what the technicals would have me say. Okay. All-time highs is technically the price target, and at this point of seeing, I think I've made at least 2 price targets in a row on bull pennants that have been wrong. Although, I do say, we have to have the markets go up. We have to have the sector go up. Anything can happen. Catalysts, of course I hedge myself, but nonetheless, my price targets for BioNano obviously have not been very good. This price target, $16.36 above all-time highs. Technically, that is what would happen based on this. Technically, this is I don't really want to call this a bull pennant, just because the bull pennant, like the run up prior, is like nothing compared to what the valuation is now. I'm just going to call this a symmetrical triangle, because that is objectively what it is. Ascending support, descending resistance. What I will tell you, though, if we continue to bounce in this level and start to, if I would love to see this, I would love to see, some sideways trading. I would love to see a rejection off of this descending level of red resistance. Remember, this is the same resistance level that we have had drawn up for a long, long time, my friends. That same level has not changed. We have not even had to alter it. Look at it. Okay, if we had to alter, if I change that trend line on where it is barely, it would not perfectly validate these 4 touch points that we had all the way going back to the good old days when BioNano used to actually go up. Comment if you can relate to that. Okay, not really though. This is how the market is, guys. Long-term investors, I'm pretty sure you will be rewarded regardless of what the market is doing day to day. That's just my thoughts, but I would love to see a rejection off this decent level of resistance, a bounce off this support, something like this, some condensation of the price action, and then boom, strong move higher, confirming this is the new support, or just, continue to bounce off this ascending level. And then at that point, even before the breakout here, if we can just stay inside this channel essentially and respect these 2 trend lines that I have drawn up, that will make this price target a little bit more likely. I'm not going to say this is likely, just because I don't think it is, honestly, with the small caps and the Russell 2000 performing the way it is, and with the potential market manipulation. I can do a whole video on the market manipulation case and make that case for you if you want, but I will just say right now, based on what factual information we have, the short interest has risen a lot. We're going to be covering that actually exactly, but this is the price target. Technically, I'm not trying to pump the stock. I'm telling you, there's a chance for this. It's not a high one as of now, because I'm going to be honest with you guys. I thought this price target had a high chance because we had respected the trend lines perfectly. We had several validations on each level, and then just nothing. Okay, literally just straight straight breakdown of the price action and this decent on this and this ascending level of support. Confirmed breakdown. There's no, I mean, the bulls showed zero signs of life on this in this little price and this previous price target that I had set all the way up there. And this next price target is double that nearly. So, and with the markets doing what it is, okay, the market's doing great. Market's doing fine. I have no complaints with the market. I just have complaints with the small caps and the Russell 2000. We're going to be covering that as well. Also, the genomic space is doing great today. Guess what? BioNano is underperforming. It's crazy. It's mind-boggling. If you want to call it market manipulation, do it. Call it what you will. But this is what we're looking at. I also want to look at the RSI really quickly. There's not much movement today. Okay, we actually moved a little bit higher today. Okay, because we were up. I guess after hours we're doing awful, but technically we did go up today. Something you all need to understand about the after hours is that you don't neglect it completely and just say, oh, it's after hours, it's the pre-market, it's not going to happen. But let me tell you something, guys. The after hours, its weight its weight falls light compared to the burden of the pre-market, or the weight of the pre-market, if that makes any sense at all. Okay, that's my medieval philosopher Alfred the Great type of character in me. Okay, sorry. In plain English, when stocks go down after hours or up after hours, it is not concrete until the pre-market and the open tomorrow. Oftentimes you will see stocks like Microvision. I just sold a little bit of Microvision actually right before I shot this, actually, because I saw it up almost 5%. I saw it flipping in between, and obviously I am totally good if Microvision decides to moon right now because I still have a huge chunk of my portfolio in it. But oftentimes, if you can get your orders to fill in the after hours, you can make a lot of easy gains. And that's actually a strategy that I have considered doing, just selling out of everything and just playing short-term trades that are very auspicious and playing after-hours trades, because they are very easy to do. They are extremely easy to do. For example, when you see a stock go down 3% for no reason, and it's got to be a stock you know, and it's got to be a stock you believe in, because guess what? If you fail and you miss something in after-hours trading, this little scheme that I'm telling you about, you can hold the bag if you believe in the company, and you can just sell a week later or a month later and a year later, worst case, right? But anyways, that's enough of my rant, okay? Anyways, moral of the story, don't get fixated on the after-hours losses, okay? Although sometimes they are real, sometimes they're true. Always take a look at the news tab, and Yahoo Weeble News is very delayed. But that is what we're looking at as far as the technicals. There's not much else here, although on the hourly, this is a little bit this is a little cool, at least. I mean, a little bit at least. Okay, well, okay, right now, literally, as I was looking at this before I shot the video, we were in bullish territory. Of course, we flipped bearish, but this flips bullish and bearish all the time. But anyways, I was going to say that we have support right here at 669, but no, we do not. It flipped bearish. And also the 1 hourly stop and reverse indicators, and the stop and reverse indicators in general, and the super trend, they are very accurate, really. I mean, if you just look in the past, every time it flips, you don't have many indecisive flips. Usually when it flips, it's okay, that's a sell signal or that's a buy signal, depending on if it's red or green. And right now, I was going to say we're looking good in bullish territory, but we just got the flip to red. So that is not what you want to see, but I am not selling based on that, because guess what, guys? If you would have done that all the way back here, okay, let's go back to the hourly. Okay, daily is not going to work for this little example I'm trying to show you. Okay, let's zoom over here. Okay, I just want to show you this example right here. So if you would have sold back here, oh man, look at all those sell signals. Look at all those. This is why it's great for short-term traders. You can make a killing off of this. Literally, you can get a quick 50% run up right there if you just would have followed that one, right? Guess what, guys? Fundamentals and the actual company itself always outlive short-term indicators. 100% of the time, man. 100% of the time. Why? Because the company is not its stock price, and the stock price is not indicative of how the company's is doing and what their health is, and the insider transactions and the catalysts and the sales and revenue. No, the market is irrational. You got a ton of retards, including us, because we're holding the bag right now, I guess, technically, if you want to say that, that don't know what they're doing, and they're trading, and they're inflating the stock price higher, or they're deflating it lower than what it should be, what its true value is. So don't be fooled. When the stock is going down, that does not mean it's doing bad. 20% increase in short volume. Okay, here you go. And of course, you know I'm not just going to trust some random person on Reddit. We had to actually fact check it. And it is the short float, the short interest share. otherwise known as short interest ratio. There's 1,000 definitions for short interest, though. Okay, it is fairly high, and 28 million shares. This does check out if you do the math there. Okay, I'm sure it's for my math wizards out there, you can figure out that this is right. BioNano's Twitter, this is nothing new. Cytogenetics, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you guys. All right, we've already seen this. Okay, let me click on the link so you know I'm not hacking the system somehow for some reason. Okay, so this is what it is. I'm pretty sure they have not updated this in a while. I'm pretty sure last time I clicked on this from their Twitter, it was the exact same, but nonetheless, cytogenetics is what we want to see. They have a $3 billion total addressable market, according to the CEO, if I'm remembering correctly from the earnings report Q&A, in cytogenetics and genetic labs. I think he said genetic labs, but I also think he said cytogenetics. I don't know, one of the two. Either way, $3 billion total addressable market for cytogenetics / genetic labs. So yeah, that's not even relevant to this, but this isn't really relevant. This is not good. This is not big news. This right here, okay, this is literally no news at all. Just Medical Genetics Awareness Week. Okay, there's nothing to cover here. Let's just go to the next thing. Q4 revenue, I will put a card in the top right now if you want to see what the heck the revenue, what I'm going on about there. In short, the revenue for BioNano is easily going to increase. Probably, I'm actually going to have another calculation. You guys remember the earnings calculation that I did, and I was perfectly right. I am going to do, if I can do the work, the crazy amount of work that it's going to take, I'm going to do a revenue prediction for 2021 for BioNano. And in my preliminary estimates, okay, I have a calculation for these preliminary estimates, but what it's looking like in my head, doing all the rough calculations in my head, it's looking like it's going to be 100% year-over-year growth in revenue for BioNano. I'm serious, and if you don't believe me, just stick around to that video, and that's what it's looking like to be. I'm not saying that is what it's going to be for sure. Of course, even after my calculations, I'm not going to be sure because I have to make a lot of leaps and guesstimates and estimations, right? So, but on to today's new thing. BioNano has only improved since 1569, the all-time high, and the stock keeps going down. There will be an upwards correction. It is only it's only nature. It's only natural, you know. The revenue already has increased a lot, with them focusing more on sales now and COVID recovery. I think revenue is likely to increase, not to mention line engine acquisition. That will continue to help. They have plenty of cash for marketing, more acquisitions, research and development. This is what they've been wanting to do. This is what the CEO wants to do. He wants to do more marketing, more acquisitions, research and development. They want to do this stuff. They want to put the new higher throughput Sapphire out. They want to do prenatal. They want to get into that market and postnatal screening. This is good stuff, man. Cytogenetic space, genetic lab space, total addressable market of $3 billion, according to the CEO, Eric Holman, on the earnings call Q&A. This, I mean, if I had to just write a paragraph for someone about who didn't know about who was considering investing in BioNano, this might be it. Although a lot of this is a little esoteric, like lineagen, who's that? Sapphire, what's that, right? But this is all good stuff, man. So I thought that would be of a little bit of value to you guys. For taking a look at the economic calendar, I usually don't look at this stuff because, to be honest with you guys, this stuff is just too unpredictable. I mean, the only correlation that I can make here that's of any concrete value is that you typically, when you see Powell speaking, like we do have on Wednesday, tomorrow, and when you have a ton of things like this, when you have a ton of things going on in the economic calendar, it's usually bad because the market likes stability, and we don't want all these little scares here. If you guys remember a couple weeks ago, it was really funny. I was watching a live stream of Kevin doing it. Jerome Powell, he holds the markets up in his hands. The fate of the market is determined based on what he says about the interest rates. Jerome Powell, who knows if the interest rates are rising? I don't know how big of a correction. I don't know what the markets are going to do, man. They could go down 5% because of that. They could go down none because of it. Who knows? Also, 95% of S&P 500 stocks are above the 200-day moving average, most since October 2009, close to the highest level ever. This is very scary. My thoughts on this: there's too many variables and I have not done enough research and enough thinking to give you whether I'm bullish or bearish, or if I am correcting a major crash, like, I don't know, 20 to 40% of the market crashing, overall broader market. I just don't know. I really don't know. I don't know at this point, but this is obviously bearish, so this is something to keep in mind. Also, global stocks are now with 111 trillion, a fresh all-time high. So this is none of this is good news. But this is why, for me, I am looking to, once BioNano and Microvision and CTXR and especially those three, and also these two, especially skills, have just been getting absolutely hammered. Once these guys start to rebound, you know what I'm going to be doing, guys? I'm going to be transferring to crypto, and not necessarily crypto. I might be doing crypto itself if I can find a good brokerage or a good platform for it. But I don't really. The crypto market is just more sketchy than normal market. But also Mara, RIOT, SOS, FinTech, mostly these two, especially Mara. That's how I'm going to be. That's what I'm going to be allocating my portfolio more towards as we get close, as time goes on. Because I am going to be honest with you, I am more confident in Bitcoin than I am with the current economic policies and just the short-term outlook. And based on this stuff as well, I want to have a decent chunk. And when I say decent chunk, I mean like 10 to 50%, and probably closer to that 50% number in crypto, if not more than that. But that's not to freak you out, guys. I am, until we get a correction and these stocks start to go up at least like 20 to 30% each, if not more than that. Until we get that, I am holding firm in these guys because they're just way too undervalued to me. But I've ranted enough. Current positions. I added on BioNano today. I added 20 shares, I believe exactly 20 shares. That is now my biggest position by far. This is how you know that I'm not just claiming, oh, BioNano go to the moon, pumping up. No, I'm holding. I don't sell BioNano. Price targets $10 case, 50 likely case, 100 to 200 bull case, and worst case, realistically, worst case technically is the CEO gets shot in the head and we get another, we get carnage in the streets, literally. In California. Also, California's been locked down for a while. I have not even talked about that. And BioNano's in California. That must have hurt their revenue. That's something I'm going to be bringing up in the revenue prediction year-over-year growth, 100% potentially in that video. But anyways, I've ranted enough, man. I have ranted enough. Merch is coming soon. NABC is a direct. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce that. Honestly, that is a direct, potentially competitor to BioNano, but they are a private company. They are nowhere near BioNano. It's not financial advice anyways. Thank you all so much. See you all in the next one.